Hey, what's up? Hello, my name is Shonda Traxler, and today I'm here to talk to you about the myth that is girls have it easier on Twitch. My paper was about frat boy culture and the fight for inclusion within the gaming industry. I specifically focused on Twitch streamers and the female experience of being online on the platform. This was an incredibly important topic for me as a content creator myself and as somebody that constantly watches content creators. I think it's important to know where the industry is sitting. As somebody that is constantly online, I see a lot of things go back and forth, so it is interesting as I did this paper to see exactly what the data was. There is this huge shift to interact virtually rather than in person. We've seen it over the years. It wasn't just because of the pandemic. Gaming has become a social activity as well as a spectator sport, something that's very easy for people to get into, something that people can bond over, and that's why things like Twitch streaming has become incredibly popular. You have so many different creators doing so many different things, and while Twitch was originally created for gaming, you have a bunch of creators on the platform doing a whole bunch of different things, whether that's music, art, hobby sports, just chatting. So there is a way for millions of creators to come together and build communities for the things that they love. As we know, games are typically considered a boys' sport or a boys' club. We've had lots of bad experiences and controversies, things like Gamergate in 2015 or the Activision Blizzard scandal and frat boy culture that ended up in several women quitting or one even committing suicide. That showcases that there's still a lot of growth in the industry that needs to happen. So as I was looking into this thing, I was discovering that there isn't a whole lot of data publicly available, and there's not very many research studies, or at least credible ones, that look into these issues and what it really means for the industry. So I took it upon myself to do so. As a graduate student, I had to conduct my own secondary research, so I will be talking about that in just a moment. My study as a whole looked into a female's experience towards toxic masculinity, sexual harassment, and acceptance on Twitch. The three questions that I had for this research study was, do women experience toxic masculinity on Twitch? Do they experience sexual harassment on Twitch? And do they feel accepted in the gaming industry? I thought these three questions together helped to bring a lot of the questions I had after I finished my literature review about how women feel in this day and age on these platforms and what do they really experience. I wanted to collect personal stories, and so for this I used a quantitative research data analysis where I use the interpretive approach to data collection. To do so, I held 3 different interviews with 3 Twitch streamers using a non-random sample and a purposive study to gather Twitch streamers, all of whom lived in the US, had either made Twitch affiliate or partner, played gaming content, identified as female in some way, and streamed on a consistent schedule. I had 3 streamers respond to me, and I was able to do my interviews over Discord and gather and transcribe all of their responses. From these, I gathered a bunch of data, but I do not have the time to go over it all. A lot of these women felt like they had always loved gaming and they had always loved being in the industry, but they didn't always feel accepted. They didn't feel like there was a community for them, and then they had this idea of the booby streamer or the titty club that was this idealized version of what women should be on Twitch and how over-sexualized they often are. In this, I found that there was this sense of internalized misogyny built into them where to make them not like the other girls, they would put the other girls down. And so it was very interesting to see the back and forth of what that means as a content creator. Many of them had experienced harassment messages and had a bunch of toxic things within their chats. They often felt like the study was meant for men, the website was meant for men, and that was the majority of their viewers who were commenting on their looks. But they also said that there was a lot of things going forward that help their communities for women to get together and talk about their experiences and support each other and build communities in ways that they feel supported and loved within this group. They felt like acceptance was something that will happen eventually, but it's something we need to actively be working towards. To be able to build a stream and build a community, you need to actively be working on the things that you're doing. I thought this study was very interesting, and I really wish that I would have had the time to do more interviews. That was definitely the downfall of my research study. I really wish I would have had more time. I originally wanted to do focus groups, but I think it's important going forward, and it's something that I would definitely want to keep looking into. It's something, if you're on Twitch or you know streamers, keep an eye out for people that are being not so fun, not so cash money in their streams, and see what you can do to help with it. Because as long as we're active and we're knowledgeable about what's going on, a lot of these diversity issues can be fixed. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, this is a 25-page paper, so I would love to talk about it. I just don't have the time here. Thank you.